What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out RV Daydream. Today this video is going to be on us talking about our situation and what we're trying to achieve and trying to do it in maybe 5 to 10 years because there's a lot of things that we got to consider. I made kind of some bullet points, but they're in no particular order, so we're going to jump around a little bit. But the first thing that our main concern is that we have a couple of kids. Our daughter's going to be getting married in a couple of years. Our son's graduating this year. Our daughter's out and about. She moved out right away. And our son, he has anticipation of moving out right away too. So he said, right?
We'll see.
We'll see. But if he wants to stay longer, that's fine. We would like to have it to where we could keep our home and have it sort of as a base camp of sort. But we do want to go experience other parts of the country. Definitely. Heidi works a full-time job at a auto parts store. She's a general manager there, and she's been there for about 18 years. So she's got a lot of time invested in that company. And of course, neither one of us are old enough for retirement at this point, so we got to continue to work. I work from home. A lot of the work that I do is small engine repair out of our garage. If I'm going to do work outside of the environment that I'm at, I got to be able to carry my tools with me, and I would have to have a bigger camper to do that, either with a basement underneath or bays or whatever you want to call them. So even if I streamlined them down, I still have a lot of tools. So it's something that I'd have to consider working outside of this arena at the house here. Plus, I'd have to be getting rid of lift tables and cranes and welders and all kinds of stuff. Also, I do want to disclose that I do make some money on the internet. With that said, I don't make a lot of money at all. Not hardly any at all. Heidi makes a decent salary, but it's pretty typical for a middle income family. And we get by. We do okay. We're not really doing anything but getting to retirement age. And we want to be able to travel before retirement age, right? I mean,
Yes.
we would love to do that. So the first thing that we would have to be concerned about is our kids, like I said. And if our son wants to move, stay in the area, whatever, that would keep us from, tied to the house here. Also, we'd like to pay off our home. We don't have very much that we owe on it. And the reason that we're even, holding on to the house so much is because of the area that we are in. It's becoming developed, and this whole corner that we live on is basically all for sale. Except for our house, and we're on a key piece of property. If somebody approached us with an offer, a pretty good offer to buy us out of our home, we would probably take that. But we want to keep the house because of that. It was her grandfather's house. He bought it in the 40s. Her dad pretty much grew up here. Her mom grew up across the street. And they don't live that far from us now, and we know everybody in the area. So Heidi's really tied down to this location. We could probably rent it out to some extent, but again, there's always a risk with that, and that's kind of a new concept for us, something that we need to look into. Again, this is all just brainstorming what we're thinking about doing. Our parents are getting a little bit older, so they depend on us and the other siblings to some extent to get stuff done. We don't want to alienate them entirely, so it'd be nice to be able to come back to the area. And again, if we had a house here, it'd make it a little bit easier. There's a lot of stuff that we have at our house. We're not attached to anything really in there. We have a lot of stuff that we've just accumulated. We would like to get rid of a lot of it, but some of it is sort of heirlooms. I mean, I have stuff that my grandfather and grandmother, it was passed to me when they, have passed on. And that's to go to my kids. Same with Heidi. She has a lot of stuff, and I've accumulated a lot of stuff that the only reason that I have it is because it's to pass on to our kids. Again, something that we need to think about, I guess. However, we're learning because each one of our yard sales that we usually have one each year. We get rid of even more stuff, more and more stuff that we had for years and years. We're slowly getting rid of it. And, we're not having a problem with that. Now it's pretty much, hey, let's get rid of it. We're not going to miss it. I mean, there's stuff that we've still have in our basement that we haven't seen in who knows how many years. So why even have it? I'm not even sure. If we have the house in this area, if we like rent it out, we might be able to put, we have a storage shed on premises. We also have a 2-car detached garage. I could probably build a wall in there and some kind of a secure area to where half of the garage would be something that we would use, exclusively, and the renters would have the other half, that kind of a thing. Again, just an idea. My problem with income on the road, other than when I just spoke about internet income, currently what I'm making online might be able to pay, for a monthly lot rent, but I don't really trust it like I do a normal job. Also, Heidi, with all the time that she has invested in her work, her retirement, she would like to see that build up 100% to where it needs to be before she went off and did something else. But then again, as far as Social Security and her retirement plan, her 401k, I mean, that's separate from her corporation. I have a partial little tiny retirement that's going to be coming from a company that I worked for some time ago, but her retirement is all on her. So no matter where she works, whatever she does, the retirement would still be being added to as she sees fit. The other thing that we could do is work camping. And as far as like camper host stuff like that, we're probably the ideal couple for that, because of both of us has a lot of customer service skills, especially her. She's actually got more customer service experience than I do now, although that wasn't the case initially. I worked in customer service for quite a few years. I have the ability to do a lot of outdoor maintenance stuff, fixing RVs, fixing outdoor power equipment, maintaining lawns, maintaining, that kind of the outdoor stuff, the stuff that camper hosts should be doing. And she can run registers and deal with customers like nobody's business. So it's really nice. We're kind of the ideal couple for work camping, but, we would have to find something that's a really good fit for us. And the other thing that's really nice about us trying to get at this as soon as we can, we're young enough that we can probably do some more physical work than, somebody that might be in their 70s that's trying to do the same thing. And it would be great. It's just again, it's another thought. Right now, we've got to be concerned about our RV size. Her and I get along really well, right?
I think so.
I have to ask her sometimes. Sometimes she doesn't let me know. And then she just tells me all at once. But the nice thing about it is we can get along. Our house isn't very big, and we can get along in a pretty tight space for quite some time. We don't know how this camper would do after a month or 2 months. We would have to try that out. We might need to get into a bigger camper, and everybody teases us. They're just wanting to know when we're going to sell our camper, because we always buy them as projects, fix them, and then sell them. That's how we got to this camper in the first place. We started off with an Apache pop-up, which if you want to check out our website, rvdaydream.com, you can see the whole process there. But Apache pop-up, and then we went into a StarCraft pop-up that we literally camped in 2 times and then sold it after we had spent a lot of time we spent more time working on it than we did camping in it, by far. But again, it turned into a money situation that got us into this camper that needed work, and now this is done, and we can move into something bigger if we wanted. But where the downfall is my truck's at its limit. It's a half-ton, it's very old, and it needs work. So if we get into a bigger camper, we need a bigger truck. And if I want to travel the country, I'm going to need a better truck, even to pull this camper. It's at its limit. I just don't know if it can do it. But those are the kind of things that we're looking at. Anything you want to add?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I think you covered it all.
For me, I can jump tomorrow and put the house on the market and sell everything that I own and just say, let's go to Florida and find a campground and move in there and see if we can get jobs. And she can't do that at all. She's not that type of person. I plan things out considerably, but I also have that streak inside me that just says, hey, let's just go do it. And I have that kind of confidence. I don't think she has that kind of confidence, do you? Well, that's why she has me. Again, there's a lot of stuff to think about, but we wanted to touch base, let you guys know what's going on. From this point on, we'll try to stay on path on getting to where we want to, but most of the videos that's coming up is going to be just chronicling, again, me fixing up these campers and getting ready for this season, and showing you things along the way. And then when we go camping, we'll do a couple more videos with her and I in it that we'll cover some good stuff. So stay tuned, and we appreciate you watching. If you like this, click like or subscribe. If you want to see my other channel, Fox Boss 9, that's going to cover a lot of the RV stuff that we've already done. Also in this channel that you're watching now, there's stuff in the playlist. For the RV stuff that I was doing on my other channel, I'm going to start putting on RV Daydream. And you guys are subscribers on Fox Boss 9, please come on over and subscribe here. And then leave a review if you want to check out products that I've reviewed. I'll put links down below to my other sites. But click like or subscribe if you want to stay with this channel and see how things work out for us. I appreciate you watching.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.